Hey kids, Mark Miller here. Welcome to another day of live coding. Special day today on Friday. Since it's the holidays and I'm just kind of chilling out today, we're going to, I thought I'd write some code, continue a little bit more where we left off. This morning, I wake up, as I'm, off to do, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I think I got a shot of figuring out how to get the D&D Map Engine so that it's more efficient and uses memory more efficiently. And the key to that, and I got up like, 4:30 in the morning, and I started writing some code on it. And I was over in this spot, not here, sorry, hold on. That's in my D&D spike, the map spike, which is right here. I was over in image utils, and I started working on a merge image width, merge pixels width. And with a little help from Stack Overflow and some modifications to what was out there, I created this function that actually worked essentially on the first time. Let me show you that function here. I just realized I've got the wrong view up here. Here it is. There it is right there. I got this function working the first time when, to be honest, I had no idea essentially what I was doing as I was going through there, because
Disclaimer! Mark doesn't know Jack!
It feels true. And so you agree with that, right, Fred? Fred does not. Fred needs a reinitialization there. I guess we lost Fred on the, let's reinitialize player data there so we can talk to Fred. So yeah, I got that to work. And this merge pixels width piece was born. And that eliminated the need to have multiple layers that were allocated for the full size of the map, which was like 6,000 pixels by 4,000 pixels. They were huge maps because I wanted to be able to zoom in and still have clarity. So as a result, I haven't tested the theory yet, but the memory usage for this should be pretty low. I'm expecting it to be under 2 gigabytes because it was, I think, over 2 gigabytes before, and I've consolidated some of those layers down. I've removed them, so let's see what it looks like. Starting it up right now. I'm also going to bring up the task manager. So what do we have now? Look at our memory usage here. The map spike is indeed under 2 gigs. So before it was over, and we've just we've cut probably about I'd say at least half a gig in the layers that I've taken out so far. So so that's pretty cool. Next, what I want to do, let me bring up some of the assets I've got out here. I've got a folder called decorations here, and in the decorations I've got some licensed assets that I want to be able to drop down onto the map as we're designing a map. So I've got here bones, so I've got different bones that are here, that sort of thing, and different decorations in different folders. Covers, these are things to cover maybe traps or to cover the floor. I've got carpets, things like that. So I want to be able to kind of create what is sometimes known as like a sticker kind of app, where I can use these as stickers and drop them down onto the map. That's kind of what I want to do. Maybe with a snap to, so it snaps to the center of every tile, but then also with maybe if you hold down the Alt key, you can position it anywhere. That's kind of the idea. So that's what I want to build today. Here's some furniture. Like that, these kinds of things, some kind of cool things that we want to be able to add to the map that'll make it make it look interesting. So that's what I want to do. These were all licensed, by the way. I should give a shout out. I paid the money, but I think it's called Dungeon Arts. That's what I think it's called, Dungeon Arts. Here we go, dungeonarts.com. So that's where this is where I buy, where I purchased almost all these assets. I got it from one of these combination element bundle pack is what I bought right here. So it's just got a bunch of elements in it, and that's what we've got out here. So we're going to be able to decorate our dungeon with those. I checked with Dungeon Arts and asked, is it okay if I use these on a live stream? And they said, absolutely. So just, give us a shout out if you could. And I said, all right, fine. So there's the shout out. Okay, so my goal is, what I want to do is this debris section right over here, I don't really like it. It was kind of based on this UI, and I'm really not entirely happy with this UI either. This UI is basically a selection response kind of UI. So it works well if I double click to select a room and then click on the tile like that. But it doesn't work so good for painting, right? Traditionally in an image, in an application where we're painting, where maybe we turn the mouse into a tool and we scrub with the tool. We click down and we move, and that paints the squares. So that doesn't work like this at all, and I kind of want to create that as well. So I want to create a mode for selecting tiles, which is this mode right here, where I can double click, or I can click and drag, that sort of thing. Control and click and drag to remove, so I can cut out little holes. Shift click to add, that sort of thing, so I can add selections, that sort of thing. So I've got a really nice selection engine, but I also want to have a painting engine with the mouse, where I want to be able to click on one of these stamps and then click over here and then drop it. I even want to be able to, and this is kind of a neat idea, I want to be able to shift click on some things. So like maybe shift click on all of these to select all of these in our UI, and then have it randomly select one of those every time I click. So it basically to arm up my paintbrush with multiple images, and each time I click it picks a different one at random, like that. So that's kind of what I'm looking to do today. I'm not sure how far we'll go.
Geniscu 7, where are you? We need your help.
Geniscu 7 says Art of Things. Geniscu 7 is here. Boom.
Here, I am.
Red Yoda. All grown up, no longer a baby. Hey, Geniscu 7, welcome. Welcome to the show. Yeah, Art of All Things. So today we're going to do like a kind of a stamping engine, where I want to be able to drag an image and stamp it out over here. I have no idea how to do it. I have no idea how far we'll get today, but we'll give it a shot. First thing I think I want to do is I want to create a mode. Well, I want to do some UI work. So I want to create a mode, a toolbar up here at the top, I think, that allows me to select different toolbar items. Let's see how much of that we can do using XAML Hot Reload. So come over here, go into the designer, and I've got a grid here. So my flooring, my list flooring, wait. Oh, it's a dock panel, sorry. I've got a dock panel, and I'm docking, okay, so I just need to add something to the top, I think, and it'll be okay. So I'm going to create a stack panel here. We'll call it SP toolbar. Like that. It'll be horizontal. And I'm going to say it's dock panel.dock is equal to top. And inside here, I want to create a new button. We'll call it button select. And I guess I'll just throw in on the word select here, and another button in here, and we'll call it button paint. Or stamp, maybe. Like that, and we'll call it stamp. Let's see what that looks like. Nice. Okay, not too bad. So we've got these two buttons over here. We need to fix the margins and do some other things. I actually want to have images in here. I don't actually want to have text. Let's work on that. So I'm going to start up PowerPoint. And I have a document I'm using already for the spec for this, right here. And I'm just going to create a new slide here. Call it toolbars. Buttons. And there's a really cool feature in CodeRushed that allows you to take a what's it called? A vector image, such as one created in PowerPoint, and paste it into XAML and turn it into XAML code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the buttons that I want for this. So my select button, it's going to be kind of like a mouse. So I need like a triangle and maybe a rounded rect like this. Select both of these, and then I'm going to join them together like that. And I'm thinking that might be the button. That's what I'm thinking. That's my select button right there. In fact, what I think I might do actually is I might create a square here, like kind of a standard background piece. Let's bring this to front. Put this in the center of it. And this is going to be, so let's center these together. Let's make this shape fill this as white. Whoops, try again. White. Okay. And, oh, does it make sense to have different versions of these for like mouse over and things like that? I think for now, yeah. I think we will try to style these, is what I think we'll try to do. I just kind of want to think about, imagine what my mouse over is looking like and what my selected, because these are also going to indicate a selected state as well. So let's kind of think about this. I need 3 states at least, maybe 4. Okay, let's make these a little smaller. Let's group these together. So I just got one object right here. Okay, 1. I think I need 4 potentially. I need a normal state. Let's center that. I need a mouse over. Mouse over normal. I need a mouse over selected. So I've just clicked it and it's now activated. Mouse over active, I guess. And maybe say change inactive. Change this to inactive. Mouse over inactive. No, I thought I had that in clipboard. Inactive. Mouse over active, and then active, like this. So those are my 4 states. So let's see what we think on this. Let's take this one right here, and let's take the fill, and we'll do that with it. So there's inactive, like that. Let's take its outline, and let's change the outline color as well, so it's down like there. Ooh, that changed it for both of them. I don't think I want that. I only want to change the outer outline color. Like that. Okay, that's good. I like that. Let's delete this and base mouse over inactive on this one. All right, so here I want to go with, I want to do something with the outline. I want to make the weight of the outline bigger, and I want to make the contrast higher, I think. So there's that. Over here, I want to do the same thing. I want to make the weight of the outline bigger. I'm not sure what I had it at. Maybe there. And then I want to make the outline is... Actually, a mouse over when it's active, I don't need it anymore. Sorry about that, kids. I don't need it because it's the same. I only really need these. Wait, is that right? Hold on a second. No, because then Yeah, because I can't click it again to make it inactive. I have to click something else. It's they're like radio buttons. So I don't need that. And then I just need an active, which is going to look like this. Okay. So let's take one of these. I'm going to grab this one right here. I'm going to copy that to the clipboard. I'm going to come over here in my map spike, and I'm going to just paste it in right here, like this. And CodeRushed is going to be courteous enough to turn that into a view box for me, right there. Now if we come over and we look at our app, oh look, it's a little big. Button's a little big. So we need to set the size of that. So let's come in here and we're going to say width is equal to 24. And is that enough? There we go. So now you can see it right up here. So that's a little bit better. I'm going to change that to like 32. See what 32 looks like over here. Better, better, better. Coding Gorilla is here. I was about to make a joke about doing graphic design in PowerPoint, but dang, that's handy. It is. It is handy. It also works in WinForms, by the way. You can paste into a WinForms, and I forget exactly how it works, but because I haven't done WinForms in a while, but I think you just paste it right inside, and it'll do the right thing. I'm pretty sure that's true still. Okay, cool. So now we've got that button there. It's not centered. I'm not liking that it's not centered, and I'm not sure what I need to do. Is that a horizontal alignment equals center and a vertical alignment equals center? Is that what I need to do? Let's see if that did it. Nope. That didn't do it. Is it... I'm not sure why that's the case. There's no margin on this thing that I can think of. Let me see what happens if I bring this up to 48. It's still giving me that. What is the problem? The canvas is here. That's going to totally fill it. Is it, I wonder if the canvas width is greater than, let's drop the canvas width a bit and see what happens to it. If I take this to 180, 180, does it get closer? Whoops. Let's do 160, 160. There it is. Okay, so yeah, sometimes I've seen this happen where if you've got like a diagonal like this, it miscalculates the area around the edge. Because of what's needed for the bounding rect, and sometimes the conversion needs a little bit of tweaking like that. Okay, so so there is what we're going to show if it is active. Now we should give this a name so we can kind of turn these things on and off, and I think I'm going to manually do these in the code is what I think I'm going to do to solve this, because I think just in the interest of time, that's going to help me active. Do I want to do that? Wait. There's a smarter way to do this, but I'm unfamiliar with it. And it's used templates for this. Let's go ahead and do this since we're I should be. This show's about learning stuff. Let's learn how to do this and teach ourselves how to do this. So WPF button styling. I guess maybe something like that with custom content, maybe content. Yeah, this is what I want. I think we can actually. I'm going to try basically something like this. So let's see, what is this? Style. Can I put this here? That's in window resources, I think, right? Yeah, I think it's not by hot reload. XAML hot reload doesn't support it. All right, let's go ahead and we'll get out. And we'll, all right, so I want to call this my, button, what is it? My mode button style. Yeah, now I have to get into parts. This is the problem because I need to get into parts and modify them, I think. Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm not going to work my way out of this quickly. And I've got a faster way. I can get results faster if I do this with code, but it's not as clean and beautiful is the problem. I think I'm going to get out of it quickly with code, and it's not going to be clean and beautiful, and I'll put it to do or later if when I learn and I'm ready to go back and tackle it, I will solve it the pure XAML way. Yeah, it's I think several levels of complexity beyond my grasp, my understanding of XAML templates, and I think I'm going to have to deal with parts and naming parts and being able to modify those properties and finding them, all of that, maybe even creating a custom button class. All of that is what I think is in store for me if I go forward in this direction. And if I do it in code, I've got the I think I can do it shorter with less code. So we'll call this VBX active. Select active is what I'm going to do. I'll call that. And then we'll get the other one. Select inactive. I'll copy that. We'll come down here, paste it. Oh, we have more than one we need to wrap all of this inside of a stack panel. Fine. Happy New Year, says Blazer Mr. Magoo. Oh, yeah, it's CodeRushed feature, Coding Gorilla. Sorry about that. I didn't see your second question there. It is absolutely CodeRushed feature. Let's correct the canvas over here and set our view box sizes as well. And yeah, CodeRushed feature where I'm able to, and we're going to call this one select inactive like that. And we're going to set its visible property to collapsed. And actually we want to do that for the active one above actually is what I want to do. Visibility is collapsed. And then I guess I'll throw one more over here. The other, yeah, it is getting a little, it's admittedly messy, and I appreciate that there's a cleaner way to do this. It is, the problem is the discoverability of that I think is going to cost too much time, and I don't want to spend that learning how to do that right now. So, all right, let's go back over, and then the last one here, we'll copy that, grab that, and we'll put this down here. And do the same things we were doing before. Grab those two lines and modify these two. Holy cow, 244. Well, that went way bigger. And we're going to call this select inactive, mouse over, maybe just mouse over, like this, like that. And its visibility is also similarly collapsed. If we take this out, I just want to see how big it is. It's the same size. And are we, yeah, it's got a nice border around it. All right, cool. Nice. So yeah, that's a CodeRushed feature. It allows me to copy a vector graphic from an app like any vector graphic creation app, and then paste it into XAML, and it'll give you the equivalent XAML for that vector graphic, whatever it is. So we've created those two versions there of our button. That's our button, button select. Now we need some mouse over, we need to add the mouse over code here. So let's add that. Mouse move, I guess, is probably what we're looking for. Like that. And is that, wait, no, wait. I think I want to, there's a mouse enter, isn't there? Okay. New event handler, and then there's a mouse leave, I think. All right, so now we've got our mouse enter, our mouse leave, and then we need to determine whether it's active or not. Oh, should I change this to a checkbox? A radio button. Now, how much does it mess with us? Apparently, well, it does give us this. All right, hold on, kids. I haven't given up yet on styling this. Let's go look at styling a radio button. WPF styling radio button. This may give me the code sample I need. How's your new year going, everybody? So far. Okay. Template, setter value, control template. Oh, wow. Triggers is checked. Yeah. Ooh, I just had an idea. Like, I had a crazy idea that I think I might be able to find a way out of this fast. The music is appropriate, I think, for my crazy idea. All right, so my idea is I'm going to create a styling for this that just matches the background. I'm going to create a separate geometry. I'm going to separate the geometries between the background and the arrow or whatever's inside, which I can easily do because I can see the color of the. This is the arrow right here because it's in white, and this is the background. So I can separate that out. Style for just just for the radio button, and have it work with the different backgrounds based on the mouse over and all those things, and then from there, it should be easy, right? The content is just going to be simple, and so I think there's a shot that we can make this work. So, what is this? Bullet decorator? I don't think I want that. And if it's checked, we set different properties is what we're doing. We need the content presenter in here. That's inside the text block. Got some spaces missing from the sample code I put in here. So I think I need a content presenter, and I need can I stick it outside? Does control template only take one thing? I bet it does. Yeah. Okay, so I can't stick it out here. So what if I put in my control template a grid, like a 1x1 grid, like that, and inside of that I put my content presenter, and I took out this bullet decorator, and okay, that's feeling better. I don't think I'm going to need a name on the grid. I also, with regards to the size, well, I could say the size. We'll say 32 and 32, like that. Now let's go grab our viewbox canvas combo piece right here. Let's put these elements in here. I don't need the second path, like that. All right. So if, here we go. If we're checked, then VBX select active is visible. Otherwise, let's go find the other piece here. VBX select active. I'm going to remove this. Select inactive. We need to grab that. And we just need the outline. Which is the second one, I believe. Is that right? Or no, wait, it's not. That's the second one is still the arrow. Okay. All right, so that's the first one there. So VBX select inactive. We're going to set its visibility equal to, or you know what we could do? Hold on. We could set the visibility down here in the trigger. Change it to collapsed. And we're going to set this be select inactive. Like that. Now where's my content showing up? My content presenter is here. I think I have to put it at the bottom at the end of this for it to show on top. There it is. Cool. So now we can see a little bit. It kind of seems to be working. My grid height, though, is not matching my button height that I want. And then let's go down. Let's set it to 3636. Is that really what I want it to be? Yeah, I think I'm okay with 3636. And then down in here, radio button, button select. I just need this one. I don't need this anymore. Or this one, the mouse over. We got to figure out mouse over. Maybe I'll just delete this one for now. This one doesn't need a name anymore. And this can be visible. You might have deceived me. A Friday CodeRushed stream. Yeah. They totally deceived me. Nothing is happening. Move along, Jetsam.
He's in the house.
All right. Set this to 36. Like that. All right. What happens if I take it away? It probably goes big, right? Oh, no, it doesn't. It totally fits. Let's do that instead. Then now I can set the size above. Don't watch the knitting stream. No, Jetsam. We're just kidding. We're here. All right, cool. So we're in WPF right now. We're creating this kind of thing. It's not quite, is it? It doesn't look centered to me. Is it centered? I guess it is. It is centered. I guess I'm okay with that. All right, now we need the mouse over. We need some sort of figure out how to do the trigger with the mouse over, and let's figure that out. How do we do that? Radio button style mouse over. Did I forget to throw in WPF? Control template triggers. I think that's what we have to do. Do we already have the triggers one? Interesting. We do. All right, sweet. So it's as simple as this. All right, kids. Got some line numbers coming in. What are you doing? Appelled Zero asks, "What am I doing?" I am I am creating a Dungeons and Dragons map editor, and right now I'm in WPF creating some toolbars across the top to to select from two different modes, either tile selection mode or paint mode, where we can paint things like adding furniture. For example, that sort of thing. So let's see here. Control template.triggers. I need the triggers pasted in the wrong spot. So that's what I'm working on right now. We've been working on this Dungeons and Dragons stuff for a while now. And let's see if we can do a little demo of what we've got running here. That's Fred over there. Fred is our on the Dungeons & Dragons stream as well. Got the ability to show Dungeons & Dragons stats up there. And Ava is over here next to me. So we got a live player that will normally be right over here in this position. Ava has the ability to cast spells like Wrathful Smite. There she just casted it. One of the things that's really cool that's going on here is you'll notice the particle effects are going around my hand right here. So we've got this ability to block the particles behind the player and also show particles in front of the player as well. Ava can grab her greatsword. There it is right there. And she can then roll her attack. So we got dice rolling, we got weapons, we got spell casting, all of those things for the stream. Let me hide the scroll here. We got Fred, right? Fred, you like what you're seeing so far, Fred? Not sure? All right. Well, it's hard to please. And now we are working on the map editor. So the map's going to show behind us. So our goal is to do really beautiful, crazy things. Oh, blood just came out of me right there. You can see what's going on there. You have control in the chat room there of some of the effects that are here. We can also directly inflict damage. For example, I can say I could take 22 points of damage, and that's what it looks like right there. If it goes Fred's direction, Fred protects himself. So that's a little bit about what we're doing here on the stream. Basically building tools for a live Dungeons & Dragons stream that if you're interested in following that, we have not gone live yet, but we expect to go live some point in the future. And I should note that while this show is family friendly, the show I put a link towards over there, if you follow that, that's going to be a show for adults. So we're going to have, it's a comedy show, comedy for adults, that sort of thing. So, all right, so let's see, we've got the triggers in here. So now what I want to do here, this is what I was looking for before. That's the code I was looking for. Hold on a second. Can I work my way down to here, though, is the question. Can I throw a name here? Let's try this. Let's come in here and say, create, and we're, by the way, in Visual Studio, C# WPF. That's what we're working in today. I want to call this path the background. That's what I think I want to call it. I want to see if I can access it from the triggers. If I can find that from the triggers, I can change the fill down here with one of these triggers. So let's see what I can do here. Oh, look at that. This is awesome. Okay, this is where I thought we weren't going to be able to go today because I didn't think I'd be able to figure it out. But look at that. It just dropped in our laps. So we no longer need this. We're just going to be playing with the properties inside of it. The visibility will always be visible. Okay. We're going to come down here. We don't need the is checked. Do we need is checked? Oh, wait, we do. So we're going to come in here. We're basically working on the path background here. So if the mouse over, that's not what we want. We want this here. So if it's checked, we want this to be its fill. Although I notice I've lost it in some of the editing. I'm hoping I'm going to get this back in a second here. Why am I not seeing it is the question. It's gone from here. Mouse over is true. What happened? I don't want to go too much further without understanding why I don't see it. And the property here, I want it to be stroke. And the stroke value here, if it's a mouse over, oh wait, no, I want to change both. I want fill. Oh, but it can't be checked though. This is where maybe code is a problem. Code needs to be, I need to check two different things. No, I don't. Stroke. Thickness. And we're going to say the value of the stroke thickness is going to be, let's say 2 for now. But I have to figure out why I'm not seeing my view box. Like I just changed, there was some change I made and it disappeared. And I almost, I just want to see if a reload changes it. Huh. Okay, good. Good idea not getting too worried there. The reload solved the problem. My centering, it's not centering here. I want to center that. What do I have to do to center it? Let's try maybe an M2 here for margin 2. Okay. My view box here is 48. That could also be part of the problem. Set the view box. Actually, I think I can get rid of this. Okay, so there's my background. If checked is true, it's this color. If checked is false, we're going to have it be another color. And the fill color we're going to get is, let's just drop a marker here. It's the one we set right here. It's that one. So if it's not checked, we're going to use that color. Sweet, look at that. Okay. And let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Are we done? I think we might be done. Okay. Now then, that means we can get rid of this. Sweet. That's a radio button. And now we can change this to a radio button as well. And this is going to be button stamp. And instead of having that content, we're going to come over to PowerPoint and we're going to create a new button for that. I think all of this is now going to work. So we just need to get another one for stamp. What's that going to look like? I don't know. Maybe something like this. Center those, merge them together. And I almost want to have the thing that we're stamping underneath it, like this. Yeah, like that. So let's merge those together. Let's grab this format painter, click on that. Let's take both of these, copy them. Wait, let's make sure it's centered in it. Copy them to the clipboard, paste them in, and I'm going to remove the the background fill, which is, oh, it's the same. It's this one. This is the background. Remove the background, and there we go. Now we've got our second button up there. Sweet. And let's set this one to checked to true. I don't think we need mouse enter, mouse leave anymore. Sweet, we can get rid of those. Okay, and kill these. And then we're going to say, is checked is equal to true. And there you can see. Now we've got select mode on. I do think we need an event handler for when this is clicks, when this changes. So, wait, is there a checked and unchecked? And we'll do the same thing down here for this one. When this one is checked, we'll switch to that mode. Okay, good. That didn't take too long. All right, happy with that. Also, pretty cool to be able to come in here and create vector images, right, pretty quickly, and then just simply paste them into the XAML and have CodeRushed go and make those changes for you. So kind of cool. By the way, if you're a Visual Studio programmer and you don't have a copy of CodeRushed and you'd like one, you get one for free just for being here. Just let me know in the chat room, and I will DM you with instructions on how you can get download instructions for CodeRushed, which is an extension for Visual Studio. All right, so button stamp checked. Now we want to basically set our mode. So I think I want to create an enum for modes, editing modes maybe, map modes, edit modes. And the first one is going to be tile select. In fact, I think I maybe want to change that icon. Tile select is one. Adornment select is a second one, but I haven't done anything with that yet. I'll just add the other mode right now, paint or stamp mode. Okay, and that's it. That's all I want right there. Just those two right there. So map edit modes. We want to create. Let's move this to its own file. Let's create a new property of map edit mode type. Call it map edit mode. Wait, what's my problem here? Something happened with map edit modes. Oh, that's what happened. Okay. All right. So there's my map edit mode, and we're going to set it equal to tile select. So that's going to be our default. We're going to come down in here. Actually, I want to get I want to expand the setter for this. That's what I want to do. Let's convert it to property with backing store. Let's add a setter guard clause right here. And then, so now we're coming in, we're changing the mode. Then we want to do something like on mode change. All right, and then let's on edit mode change. Let's declare that. And here, I want to take these and move these down a little bit. Let's throw these down here. And in our edit mode change, whoops, wait, why is this? Hold on. Whoa, okay. I'm not sure. Yeah, that looks like CodeRushed. All right, hold on. I got a CodeRushed bug to report. Let's go do that. Start the issue. All right, kids, I'm inside a setter, and I've got a function here on edit mode changed. I'm in the setter, and I say, let's declare it. Declare the method. By the way, let me comment this out. I'm pretty sure I got a full compile without. And while we're compiling, I'll just let everybody who's watching right now know that we are dog-fooding CodeRushed while I'm coding here. So if I see any bugs or other issues I want to report or feature suggestions, I do them live in the stream right here. Also, if you're using CodeRushed and you have any questions, feel free to ask. Okay, so here's the bug. I go and say declare method, and I'll pop it there, and it's declaring a return type of where I was, even though I'm not assigning that to anything. It makes no sense for that to be the case. This should be a void return type right here. That's the bug. Let me close up that issue report. Here we go. And I'll send you the log files as well. Declare method from prop setter. There it is. Oh, got a breakpoint here. That's, I think, oh, is that okay or not? Oh, because I've got one of the log files didn't make it in. That's okay. We're going to keep running it. Those log files are locked because I've got multiple instances of Visual Studio up, so not all the log files, I think, made it. All right. Here we go. So change this back to void. And we're going to do something here. I'm not sure what yet, but maybe we can do the cursor. We can change the window cursor. Do we have a cursor property? Let's make it hand. Let's do this. If map edit mode equals map edit modes dot stamp, then we're going to do that. Otherwise, we're going to say tile select will make it equal to hand, just to see what goes on there. See if we can see the mode changing. Let's run it and see what happens. Checking for wild magic there. All right, here we go. We're up. Click on this. No hand. Click on that. Let's see what's happening here. Let's set a breakpoint in the code. Oh, because I'm not doing anything here. Okay, so let's go back to the app, change it. There we go. Now we're going to say map edit mode equals map edit modes dot tile select, and then down here we're going to say this one is equal to stamp, and let's see how that works now. Clear this for a second. We get it working now. Do we see the hand? Yeah, cool. We see the hand, and then back over here. Uh-oh, why didn't that work? Oh, that's why. Okay. Not hand. Arrow. Okay, arrow, hand. Sweet. Now, so right now, all of this is happening. All these mouse downs are happening regardless. But now I want to make it so if we're in stamp mode, that doesn't do it. Something else is happening. And I think if we go to stamp mode, we want to clear the selection as well. So let's do those things. All right, so here, stamp mode is clicked. Clear selection. Let's see if we see that happening. Run. Okay, cool. So clear the selection when I click it. There it is. It clears the selection. Cool. And now we're in stamp mode. And when we come back So if I go and clear, when I come back, should I restore the selection or not? I'm going to not for now. All right, nice. Restyled radio buttons right up here, kids. I'm pretty happy. Didn't take too long to figure that out. Getting better at WPF. Okay, so we want to clear the selection. What was the other thing I wanted to do? I forget what I wanted to do. Oh, I wanted this to no longer work. If I'm here, I want that to not work. So let's go figure that out. That's some of the code, first code we wrote. And it's going to be like some sort of mouse down, I think. I think this is my way in, as I recall. So I think, let's try this. I think it looks like, the code looks like this. If mode, map edit mode equals, map edit modes dot, actually I want, if it's not equal to tile select, then I want to return. Let's see what happens now. Run. Okay. So let's come back over here, switch over here. Nope, it's still working. That's not my entry point. It really feels like it should be my entry point. Hold on, let's set a breakpoint here. Yep, I'm definitely not getting there from here. Okay, so there's maybe a second entry point. Do I have another capture mouse call in the code? I do. I feel like this is my next entry point right here. Yeah, it goes here. I think that's what I want to do. All right, now, good. Okay, so now clears, and now I can't do anything with it at all. Over here, select. Uh-oh, can't select. What's happening now? Why isn't that working now? If map edit mode, that's false. Okay, so we're here. Wait, I'm confused. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Oh, wait. Click it. Now it works. Okay, I know what's going on. We're not getting the mouse down because it doesn't have focus. When we click up here, we lose focus down here. It's a different problem. Yeah. If we click, for example, if I click here and then back to here, it won't work. Clicking dragging doesn't work until I click and release once and to give it focus and then do this. So that means we need, I'm not exactly sure how to fix that yet. I have to give that some thought. Okay. All right, let's work on the UI over here. I want to get rid of this debris piece, and I want to replace it with a tab control. I want the tab control to be populated with the names of all these folders right here. Armor, barrels, bones, clothing, covers. It's going to be a lot of tabs, I know. I get it, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. That's what I think for now. So let's do it. I'm going to stop the app. Go down and let's grab some stuff. Let's copy this. And let's go find our initialized component. No initialize component, initialize, what? Oh, it's not an initialized component, sorry. It's not here locally, that's why. Okay. Now I want to say add stamps. That's what I'm going to say. Build stamp UI. Could it be a drop-down menu to select the categories instead of a bazillion tabs? Yeah, Jetsam. It could, and I've considered that. The problem with the drop-down menu is it's harder to use. There's more clicks on it. So I kind of have to see how it fills up the space, and if I have to conserve space, I can do that. Yeah, there's a lot of balancing that we're doing here, but I want to be able to make it so that I can fill up, that I or a dungeon master can fill up a dungeon quickly by clicking, just a couple clicks, 1, 2, 3, like that. As opposed to 1, the drop down goes, you go look, find it, scan, click, and then now 4 or 3, but there's like really a fourth action, and then 5, like that. That's what I'm trying to do, is reduce the amount of build stamp UI. That. Okay, so there's my stamp UI piece right there. I need some sort of path. I'm going to create my own class for this. Stamp UI builder, like that, and I think this is going to be a static, and this is going to have a method inside it. It's going to say build stamp UI, stamps UI, like that. It's going to take a parent window in it. It's going to be public. And it's going to return a UI element. Or no, is it going to just parent it automatically? Maybe I don't need the window. It's just going to return it, and we'll let whoever's calling it parent it at the right spot. That's what I'm going to do instead. Okay, build the stamps UI. So that's going to be that. We'll keep it in here for a little bit, and then we'll move it out. Excuse me. All right. Now we need to parent this in the right spot. You know what? I'm going to move it out because I think we're... Well, let's see. Where do we want to parent this? What's going on over here? List flooring. This is in the grid map controls. I think I want to do this. I want to get rid of list debris. I'm going to comment it out. And I'm going to put in here instead SP, a stack panel that is going to be called SP stamps, like that. And I'm going to make it vertical. And that's going to be my parent. So we're going to say stamps dot children.add the build stamps UI. Like that. All right, so now I want to go into path, system.path.io. System.io.path, sorry. And I want to do a, actually I think I want to go into directory. It's a directory, get files, enumerate directories. That's what I want. And the path we're going to send in here is, well, let's declare it up here. This is going to be our stamps path. And I feel like I've been here copying this many times, getting ready to paste it. There it is right there. In fact, let's call it stamps. So let's do that. We'll rename this folder to stamps. Trying to think if I could solve this using only XAML or mostly only XAML. I bet I can. The problem is I don't know how. I think I can get to a point where I can enumerate the tabs, so the tabs have all the folders, all the directories on it. I think. Let's try that a second. Yeah, I'm going to change this up a little bit. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Looks like it started the test runner. All right, so now I've got directories out here. The question is, can I turn those into tabs? Is my question. So I need a tab control. Let's see if I can do this. I don't think I'm going to need an example online. WPF bind tab control tabs to data. I should be able to do it. I don't think that's quite what I want. It's kind of what I'm looking for here. Nice. Okay. Item source binding directories. I have to set the data source, I think, as well. Data source, data context equals what? This? Can I do a this? Binding is equal to directories? No, come on. It's not this, is it? I forget how to do the binding to the window. It's saying flat out that. I'm almost wondering if this will work as is. It's not giving, I'm expecting and hoping that it was going to show me IntelliSense for it, but it's not. Let's see what happens if we do this. And we run. I think we're going to have trouble. Because this is going to be empty when we start. We kind of need to do, let's comment that out right there. I need to pop it up at least before we call initialize component for this to have a shot at working, I think. Let's see what happens when we run it. I don't think it's going to work. All right, now let's try it. By the way, I've been fasting for about 40 hours now, I think, by my calculation. Okay, so it loads up, but nothing is showing up there. So we're not able to get those tab pieces that we're looking for, at least not using the current path, the current code. I have let's try, yeah, it's kind of a really basic WPF question, but WPF set data context to window. I'm sure this is like what everybody knows, but I don't. Data context here. Interesting. So it seems to be able to access it. Why can't it find our directories property? Let's change our directories property a bit and see if we can get better results. Instead of making it this, let's do a new list of strings, call it directories like this, and that's what we're going to bind to. Here, I'm just going to come in here and do this. And then I'm going to somehow copy that over to this. Whoops. What do I have here? Copy to. Can I call that on an IEnumerable? Nope. I know there's a smarter way to do this, but this is the best I got right now. .add directory. So at least we'll do that. We'll see if this works now, if it's any better, if it was the IEnumerable, and when it was being initialized, because now this should, and we'll call clear right here. See if that works at all. I'm making bacon, by the way, to get out of my fast. I've created bacon in the oven, put it in the oven. Yeah, still nothing though. So I think we're going to have to maybe try a different technique on that. Let's actually do one more thing though. It just occurred to me we are not setting a breakpoint to verify that the data coming back here is correct. So let's do that. Directories. Hold on. There we go. So armor. Yeah, they definitely are existing. And directories is private. Is that my problem? Let's try making it public. Try again. Maybe that was my problem. So the data's looking good. Clear that breakpoint, run it. Still nothing showing up. Is there something else I'm missing? Yeah, this looks good. Now, I don't have these templates in yet. Although interesting, they're not binding here. They're setting an item source here. Well, let's do this at least. And let's see what we get. Let's try changing it. I have a feeling this is going to work. That there's a problem with my binding in the XAML. That's my sense of what I think is going on. Where are we? I think this is my problem. So let's give this a name. Like this. Let's do that. Let's come over here. And let's start with this .item source. There it is. Start here. And let's run that and see what happens. I think I should clear out, I'm loading up a map when we start, and I think I should clear out that map loading. Because it's taking a while to load the map. Oh, wait. Okay. So now we got to happen after initialize component. We'll pop it down here again. Run. That looks like it worked. Okay, and here's what we have. Okay, so we can't see them yet because there's, we're showing all of the pieces there. We have a whole bunch of tabs. Also, it looks like it's in the wrong row. Let's see what we can do to fix that, some of that. So let's come in here and say R1. How does that fix it? There we go. Dropped it down. Good. Let's do this so we can work on this piece. Let's get the data templates, the item templates and the data templates. I don't want binding first name or last name. I want, is it just binding? I think it's just binding gets me the string. Like this. So the tab control is going to have a text block with just the binding in it. Down here, the data template. This, I'm not exactly sure how we're going to fill this out yet. Not sure how we will fill this out yet. Let's save that and see what XAML hot reload does for us. Huh. Okay, we do see the middle part, but oh, I know. The problem is the binding is the full path name. All right, let's change that. Let's change that. Instead of doing directories, let's do this. Let's create a new class called stamp directory. And I think since we're doing this XAML, we're not going to need the stamp UI builder anymore, which also means our stamps path can come in here, our main piece, at least for now. Okay, I want to create a new class called a stamp directory. Stamp folder. And we're going to have a property called path. And F. Boucheros is raiding with a party of 3. Thanks for the raid, guys. What were you doing over there on your stream? Did you have a good stream? And then we're going to create a, I'll tell you what we're doing here in a sec. The name will be here, the stamp folder. This we're going to add parameter path like this, and we're going to say path is equal to. We are welcome. Hey, Copperbeardy. Copperbeardy, how did you get in without queuing your fanfare? It's interesting. I wonder if we lost our SignalR connection to fanfare. We are working on our Dungeons and Dragons map editor. We're writing code in C#. Yeah, magic. I don't know. Some serious magic going on there. Thanks for the raid. Jetsam says sneaky. I don't know what's going on. We maybe have lost control of our SignalR. Let me do a quick test here. One of my tests I do is I go type in a command. Oh yeah, we lost control of SignalR. We'll have to restart. That might have been because we hit that breakpoint. I've noticed sometimes if we hit breakpoints in there, in the overlays, we have to restart them. So we might have to do that. What was I going to say? Oh, what are we doing? We're working on, we're creating Dungeons & Dragons map editor. Right now we're working on the stamp UI that's going to be able to stamp down, put images down into the editor, so we can drop things like furniture on the map, or holes or traps, that sort of thing, wall sconces, torches, weapons, treasure, that sort of thing on the map. That's what we're working on right now. So I've got my stamp folder here, but I think it's going to have something else in it. And I think it's going to have a list of strings. That's what I think it is. It's a list of strings, auto-implemented list of strings. Call it the stamps. And those are going to be all the elements inside of that. That's what I think we're going to do. So that's my stamp folder class. Let's copy that. Let's move type to file. Let's jump back to where we were. And now let's say directories is now going to be a list of stamp folders. And we're going to say add a new stamp folder. Passing in directory. Like that. Now we need to change our XAML. And now the binding is going to be to the name property. If I get this right. If I got this right. So let's see if that works. If that works, every single folder that's inside stamps, all of these folders should become tabs inside our app when we start it up. Here it comes. Huh. Okay, I think it worked. I just didn't specify the name property yet. But I think we're good. And I'm feeling good about this. It's starting to look good. Okay. I know all of you are like, wait, what? You think that you're feeling good about that? I'm feeling good about it because we're not far. Stamp folder here. We need to come in and say name. And we need to get is equal to the last, F. Busher said, I had a great stream. It was collab with Jitter Ted to refactor his project. Nice. A lot of fun. Cool. So now I've got to get the name from the path. And the name is the last piece in here. I think I'm going to do, I don't know if there's something that gets me the last folder, but I think in system.io path.get file name. What's get directory name do? No, I want to do get file name. Even though it's technically not the file, it's not a file, it's going to work, I think. So let's do that. We'll run that. Actually, before I run, I want to stop loading this right here. And let's see what happens. That might break things because we're not importing any map at all, but it'll come up faster. And let's see if we're broken or not. We appear not to be broken. Okay. There we go. Nice. So here's what we've got. It's not entirely easy to use because when I click on shelter, shelter jumps down here. So it's not great. It's kind of a mess, to be honest. But it's kind of what we decided to do to start with, at least. And it does give us the ability to see all of these elements out here and select them and then come down here and we'll pick from them. So now we have to figure out how we're going to fill those out. So let's do that next. We need to load up the stamps. So I think here it's going to be like something like this. Stamps is equal to system.path.getFiles, or is it directory.getFiles? It's directory, isn't it? .getFiles. There it is. And we're going to pass in path, and we're going to pass in a pattern, which is going to be star.png. Okay, that's going to get my stamps. That's not assignable. What does that return back? Okay. Then we're going to say, I think there's a copy 2 on it. Is there a copy 2 on an array? I don't remember. No. Can I do files in there? Is files an enumerable? That going to work? Holy cow. We need to create a new instance of this. Like that. See if that works. Well, we have to now do some binding. So over here, let's go back to our sample code that we had over here in Stack Overflow. They were basically saying binding first name and last name. Why were they doing that? This is the content template. I think it looks like this. I think it's going to be a list box. I don't think I need a name for this since we're in the templates over here. But we need the item source equals binding stamps. I think that's it. Let's run that and see what happens. The show should be called Mark Figures Out WPF. Oh, that looks good. Look at that. When I click on barrels, nice. Nice. Look at that WPF totally paying off. It's as if I'm a pro. All right, not bad. You know, as I say, it's if I'm a pro, I should, you know, remind you that we accomplish these things on this show using brute force and ignorance. That's how we get through this. A little bit less ignorance now, but that's not bad. Now we just want to show the images. We've already actually got a data template for showing images right up here. I think I can borrow the code from just above here. Listbox item template. I feel like it's this. Let's see here. Click. Tag is the binding. That's going to be the full path name. Button apply flooring. Okay, that, I'm not sure I want to actually do that code there. The source is, it says it's equal to the path is equal to binding path is equal to the file name. List flooring, tile textures is just a list of the, it's just the raw list of those. Oh wait, tile textures, hold on. What's tile textures? It's the base texture, and the base texture has a property called file name. Okay, so what we need is we need to go look inside of our stamp folder, and we need to bind it to path. So that means our XAML here is that. And are we doing hot reload? Okay, not bad. Oh, I see what's going on. It thinks it's a base texture. I gotcha. Okay, so we want to say, if not, is base texture, then return. What's my problem here? Oh, sorry. That's my problem. Now I should be able to set it. Okay. So, not bad, but we're not seeing the images. Oh, I know. I think I know why. Hold on. What's going on in base texture? I think I want to maybe use this. I think I want to use this. We've already got this text that we wrote. So I think I want to go into my stamp folder, and I want to make my stamps be a list of base textures instead. And then I want to go in here for each file, and I want to say stamps.add new base texture. Oh, shoot, the base name. I want to do simple texture instead, and the base name is going to be file. Pretty sure that's going to work. Where's file name set? File name's add image, but add image won't be called. I feel like file name should be set. So now we're going to change path to be file name. Let's see if that works. I think we're not. I think it's not going to work because I think we must be calling add image. Picture.get image. Here's where we call add image. So we are actually calling it for each one. After we create it. Get texture name and key. Well, I'm running into a bit of some resistance from the original tech that we wrote, which was designed to drop down the tile textures. It's kind of very specific to the tile texture. No, I'm not so sure I want to reuse this, use simple texture. think I want to create something else. That's kind of what I do when I do. All right, let's go back. I'm going to undo a little bit of the work I've done. And actually, before I do that, let me, no, I guess I'm okay. I'm going to keep going. Create a new class called stamp. This stamp is going to have a property in it. Okay, so now I'm creating a bunch of stamps. I've got the file name property, which should still work. It should be a PNG coming in there. Let's move that to its own file. Let's double check the XAML. What's the stand for? Is it for characters you showed during the last stream? No. Characters can be drawn dynamically. We're just going to know where they are. They'll be drawn on their own layer. The stamp is for placing items like, here, I'll show you what's in the folder. For example, placing items in the map to populate it, like barrels, for example, or beds. And so, whoops, hold on a second. Let me switch to that view so you can see there's the preview right up there. So I want to be able to grab these things and drop them down onto the map, and I want to do it quickly. So creating a map is very fast. That's what I want. That's my goal. And so I want to be able to take these items and just place them down on the map. They're just PNG files out there. I want to be able to rotate them, shift the hue, scale them, all of those things ultimately. But I'm just stamping them down in layers. I also want them to have a sense of what layer they're on. So I can put, for example, a backpack on a bed, or a deck of cards on a table, that sort of thing. So I want to be able to stack the layers up. That's what I want to be able to do. So, so that's it. Also, I think eventually I want to be able to support dynamic shadowing, so that shadows always go down to the right a little bit, no matter how I'm rotating the object. So that's kind of something I'm holding in reserve, but kind of what I want to do. Maybe also just another idea that occurred to me is this idea of masking, creating a companion mask image. So for just parts that that I would support color shifting. So for example, the table might always stay the same color, but I could change the color of only the drape across the top, the fabric over the top. So that might be something I support too in the future. So that's kind of what we're looking at. We want to be able to stamp these down. And so right now we're doing a data-driven approach where we're having a tab control that's got a binding to all of these folders here. And I'm loading those folders up as essentially, I did find a solution to memory issues with the layers. I found a solution this morning at like 5 a.m. I was like, ding, and sat down and had some of the best luck of my life. Where I'm like, I'm working with low-level data copying. The reason we had to create all these layers is because all the code the sample code we found was doing a straight copy onto the layer. So even if I had a piece that was transparent, and what I needed to do is I needed to check the existing bitmap, what its value was, and only copy over if I'm sorry, not only copy over, check the existing value, also compare the existing transparency of the bitmap I'm coming from, and blend those RGB values based on the relative weight of the alpha setting on both of them. And so basically I was like, well, this is logical this morning, and I tried to run on it and it worked. And I was like, whoa, I was expecting all kinds of things to go wrong because I was also cropping. I was working with data from one bitmap in data on another in other locations, and I was moving it and all that stuff. And I was thinking it was going to fail. And it didn't. And I was like, well, that was lucky as heck. So super happy about that this morning. So yes, the layering problem is, I got a big chunk of savings this morning. Like probably I freed up a half a gig easily with that change plus a few more lines of code changed. And I think with a few more lines of code, I can take out another half gig of memory use again. Ultimately though, look, if we want to be able to support giant maps at high resolution, we're going to need an architectural change. So we don't have that yet. So as a result, the limit of the map size is functionally in terms of editing and being able to edit it quickly is probably about 5,000 pixels by 5,000 pixels, but that's not bad. However, being able to support higher reses like giant maps is something I'm thinking about. Maybe we'll do that, but it requires a huge architectural change because not only does it require a change in low level, but it also requires a change to the UI so that my UI can now navigate through virtual images, right? That if we're zoomed out, we're showing maybe a low res version of it. And as we zoom in, we're bumping up the resolution. Now, I will say that when we do the live stream, I am going to build this technology in so that the streaming engine gets a 1920 by 1080, but it's a copy of whatever we're zoomed into. So when we tell the stream to show the map, it's only going to have to work as hard as lifting a 1920 by 1080 image. So that'll be fast. So I'm not sure if I want to actually fix it yet for the image editor because, look, if you want to do a giant map and you've got time, you can just wait for it to load up. And once it's loaded, moving it around is not too bad. WPF's pretty quickly there. But the loading and doing things like adding walls takes time because we're going through the whole image and modifying it. So there's some performance issues I'd like to clean. Okay, so we've got the stamps. We're going to get a tab for each one of these, and then inside each one of these, we're going to get a stamp for each one of these. And maybe with the changes, if we run it, I don't know, maybe we'll actually see an image in here. I'm not sure yet. I have a feeling I need to think a little harder to get it to work. That's my gut feel. We'll see what happens when we load it up. We do not have to think harder. Not bad. Okay, cool. Let's make it wrap like this guy up here is wrapping. We can maybe do that with a hot XAML reload. Wouldn't that be nice? How do we do that? It's this, items panel. That's what we want. And that's going inside my list box right here. Is it that easy? It's that easy, kids. Look at that. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. So not too hard, actually, to get all those in. Not bad. I want a splitter here so I can change this and widen this up. I want a splitter pretty badly, and I totally forget how to do a splitter. What is this? This is a dock panel. I need a dock panel splitter. Help me out, Stack Overflow. Dock panel splitter. Can you help me with that? Stretch panel with the splitter? No, I don't think it's what I want. That's not really helping. Does this, maybe all I need is a splitter inside of this thing. I forget what it's called. Let's try this. WPF, let's do this, a broader search here. WPF splitter dock panel. What you got? Oh, now I don't want to get a custom control. That's going to be, although that's probably exactly what I want. Oh, grid splitter. Oh, they're using grid splitter here. Grid splitter? Holy cow. Let's try this. I didn't know about this. Dock panel. Is that really what I want to do? Oh, man, I feel like all I just want to do is I want to put a splitter on the side of the dock panel, one of those pieces, one of those sides, and move it. All right, I'm feeling I got to go here. So that's probably not... all right, here we go. Yeah, it's a mess. So stack panel. That's my... That's my toolbar right there, right? Okay. Well, actually, hold on. I want to keep my toolbar on top, actually. It's this... Where's my toolbar? Grid map controls. Let me get to the end of this, see what's below it. So this is my zoom. That's this piece right in here. Yeah, so I think so this is the dock panel. What if I turn this into a grid? Let's set up my columns. So this is going to go over in the left column. So I'll type in, we'll just say C0, R0, and I know these are defaults, but I'm going to keep them for now, just so I can get my brain wrapped around this. This is coming down below. We're going to say this is, I'm going to say C0, row 1. If I'm getting that correct. No, not you anymore. This grid over here, this is going to be C1, column 1, row 0, like that. And what is this? Really? Okay. All right, so hold on. This is going to be C0, R0. Let's switch this down to row 1, column 1, row 1. This row is going to be, this is 2. Oh wait, we're on the wrong level, aren't we? Here we go. This should be row 1 as well. And this should be row 2. I think that's it. Okay, now we need to define the grids. We need to define the grid up here. It's going to be faster for me to just type in G 3x3. Is that right? 0, 1, 2. I think that's what I want. 3x3 grid to get my column definitions. And then get rid of that and then pop them there. Okay, a little bit better. Is it? I can't quite tell. It looks like this is too far over here. The column definition, the second column, maybe I just have 2 columns. And this second column is going to be 200. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing. Something is giant here. What is going on here? Somebody's got a width set. Something is contributing to this width here being really long. And I'm not sure why that is. Do the wall controls, are those showing up? What's down here? Holy cow. That's our editor. So even this thing. All right, hold on. Row definition. Let's say the height here is 38. Is that helpful at all? Column definition. Let's make this, I don't know. What happens if I do that? Nice. Okay, that's better. Okay. This is in the wrong spot. Wait, hold on. I'm putting this at 1. This should be column 1, row. I'm going to say row 2, but I think it should be column 0. No. Yeah, row 2. Row 2, row 2. That should be right. Crazy. In terms of its height. All right, what's our problem here? What is our problem space here? Hold on, let's go find our dock. Get rid of those. Okay. Okay, better. All right, row 1. Star. Better. Okay. Okay. All of that. No. Maybe auto here. Let's see if auto works. Okay. All right. So now we've gotten to this point. We don't have a splitter yet. Let's run it and just make sure everything still kind of works. The UI is still working the way we expect it to. That was a little scary. Here's what we're looking like. Let me start up one more time, but I want to load the file. See how we're doing here. Okay. All right, I am going to call that, looks like it is working. Let's add a wall here across the bottom right here. So yeah, it looks like everything is working as expected. Let's see this. So still performance when we do, there's a performance issue when we do adding walls. It takes a while to go through and do all that. Take that wall away. We'll add a door. All right. Yeah. All right, so everything still works. Looks good. Let's add the splitter. What's going on with the splitter? It's only that line of code. Only that XAML. And they're actually using the grid splitter between two different dock panels they put down here, but I don't think I need that. I just think I need it between Does it really show up just between the two elements? All right, let's see what happens when we put it in the XAML. We need it right over outside of really cool feature in CodeRushed here. Show me the top of the selection up here at the top of this window. I'm waiting till, there we go. I wanted to keep increasing the selection until I see the 0 and the 1 there. That means I'm at the end of this piece and at the beginning of the next. Is that right? Oh, scope viewer is the last one. I want to go to, I guess, the beginning. Oh, yeah, because I can do these, define these in any order. So I'm not exactly sure what that's going to do. Current and next. I think it's based on I think I have to put these in order is what I think I have to do. That's a guess. I don't know. So let's do this. So selection increase on this. Cut it to the clipboard. Get rid of that. And now I want to have the next thing be this guy. So paste that back. Now let's find our splitter. Paste it. Is that really going to work? Horizontal alignment equals right. Vertical alignment equals stretch. Reside behavior equals current and next. Well, let's see what happens when we run it. I've got this hard-coded width here. I probably have to change that as well. That may be problematic. I don't know. Hope you guys are having a good Friday and a good weekend. Nothing is changing as I move over here, which would be my expectation with the grid splitter. What's this? I don't remember that before. Huh. So big fat, that didn't work. Well, let's figure this out. How do I use a grid splitter? You add it to a column or a row in the grid. Well, I didn't see that in the sample code. Yeah, look at that. Okay. That looks better. That looks like it makes more sense. Okay, so let's go do that. Yeah, because that's going to show up in the wrong place. Okay, so that means now in our column definitions, we need to. I play as a player. That was DM. Wild Genie's out there. Hello, Wild Genie. Welcome. Yeah, so I play as a player. So we play every Sunday night, and we test out this engine, and we'll go live out at twitch.tv/dragonhumpers at some point in the hopefully near future. I'll give you the link out here one more time. It's right there. That is a, well, this is a family show. That over there is a show for with some comedy for adults in it. Although it should be good with most of the folks on Twitch. Okay, so I need to add a new column in here. We're going to set that width equal to 5. That's going to be it. That means my column definitions. I need to check my columns in here. Nice CodeRushed feature here, tabbed index reference here, allows me to quickly go through my columns here. Everything that was a 1 or greater needs to be incremented by 1. So we'll say there's that one. This is now 1. Is that right or no? No, wait, it's a 1 or greater. Sorry, listen to my own words. And actually not here. Actually, let me hit escape to get back. Can I do that? This is the one I just changed, I think. Yeah, this one right here. I got to check what level we're at. Looks like we are, that's okay, because I have nested grids. Let's also do this so we can see. Oh, we're running. We can't do it because we're running. Let's close it. Yeah, this one I definitely want to bump up to 2. Good. And is that the only one where we're out there in that space? I think it actually is. Yeah, these are all for the internal grid. And that's all, everything else is there. Okay, good. And we've cycled around. Okay, so now this needs to come in column 1. So CodeRushed template C1 will give me that. Let's try running that, see if we're getting closer. Maybe at least we'll be able to hover the mouse over it, drag it left or right. Will it actually change the sizes? Yeah, it's funny. Every show I start like, I'm not sure how I'm going to solve this. All right, what do we got? No, I don't see any indication. Still got this thing down here, which is weird. Like, what is that right there? So hold on, I don't think you can see it because it's blocked by UI here. Hold on. Where is it? Where are you? I'm on the wrong one. Hold on a second. There.